Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. This afternoon we're going to make a coconut chess pie. It is so easy. It's just super easy, and I'm going to make it in my Vitamix beaker. And all you do is dump it in and dump it in the pie crust. And you need an unbaked pie crust, and of course you could buy one if you wanted to. I went ahead and made one earlier this morning out of coconut oil. You know, it gets hard in colder weather. So anyway, I went ahead and put it in the refrigerator, so now we're ready to start. We definitely need something sweet because it's been a while. Alright, so we're just going to dump it all in, and I will leave the recipe or the ingredients down below in the show more section. Alright, so we're going to start out with our liquid. So that's 1/3 a cup of evaporated milk. 1/3 of a cup. And we need 4 large eggs. Dump that in. And we need 1/2 cup of melted butter that's cooled. So we'll dump that in. And the eggs were pretty much at room temperature, by the way, because otherwise they're just going to make your butter harden. And now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I just used the King Arthur all-purpose flour. Dump that in. And we need 2 cups of sugar. Just dump that in. And I'm going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just using that pink Himalayan pink salt. And I'm going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of imitation coconut flavoring. So that's 1/4 of a teaspoon. Oop, and a little more. And I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Dump that in. 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract. And now we're ready for our coconut. What I'm going to do is go ahead and mix this up a little bit. Then I'm going to add in 1 3/4 cups of Angel Flake Coconut, and it is the sweetened type. Alright, so let's put this on the Vitamix base. Let's see if we can't mix that up. Alright, it's going to be a little noisy. Take 30 seconds, right? Alright, so now we've got somewhat of a liquid here, and so I'm going to go ahead and dump in my coconut. Now, I like my coconut ground up, y'all, a little more than the Angel Flake Coconut. I don't like to get a big piece in my mouth and I'm chewing and chewing and chewing, or it gets in between my teeth. So I go ahead and put this in too. It's going to grind it up, but not completely, but it's going to grind it up. So just dump that in. Put my lid back on. Oops, now see I left a little bit of flour in there, so I'm going to dump that in. And that was 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Alright, now we're ready to mix it again, so hold on, y'all. Stir that around just a little bit to get the rest of that coconut in there. Now I don't want it completely pulverized, but I do want it ground up some. Alright, here we go again, just for about maybe 10 seconds. Alright, that's it. And now all you have to do is dump it into the pie shell. So let me turn this down, bring y'all closer, there. All right. So we're just going to dump it in a 9-inch unbaked pie shell. Now we've got the oven preheating at 400 degrees. Now we'll put this down in the description below. Get all of that out. And again, I made my crust with coconut oil, virgin coconut oil, because I love the way the crust tastes using this. Makes a very flaky crust. And also I will leave the a video, back up, there we go, there. I will leave a link to the video below where I made this pie crust in a video, I don't know, a couple of months ago, somewhere like that. Anyway, we're going to put this in a preheated oven, 400 degrees. We're going to let it cook for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to 350 for another probably 30 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted there close to the middle comes out clean. All right, when this gets done, we'll be back. Okay, we've just taken the chess pie out of the oven. It's very, very hot. Now see, it puffs way, way up, but as it cools, it's going to go back down, flatten down just a little bit. All right, once this cools, we'll cut this and show you what it looks like. All right, we'll be back. Okay, the pie has cooled somewhat, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it and see what it looks like. Fork out, and we're going to be ready to cut this. Yeah, so you see how it went down? It puffs way up because of all the eggs. It's not quite cooled yet, so it might be a little runny. I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and have some of it anyway. See if I can get that out with this. Nope. Get a little piece out, yeah. See, it's not completely cooled yet. Can y'all see that? Hold on, let me go cut my light on. Hold on. Okay, I had to cut my light on. Now it kind of came apart because it's still warm, but I had to go ahead and have some of it right now. I couldn't wait. Yeah, I've already tasted that little crust is so, it is really, really crispy. It's so good. But you see what it looks like a little better. Yeah, you'd really need to wait till it cools to cut it, y'all. So I'm going to let it cool a little more before I cut a piece and do a thumbnail when it's cool, y'all, so it'll at least look good. Okay, we will see y'all next time. This is a very easy pie to make, and it's so delicious. All right, bye for now.